Okay. Oh, nobody else wants, huh? Sorry. Okay. Well, okay. There's one of these for each person. We'll just pass them around. Please, each person take one. And raise your hand if you like stickers. Right here. Right, almost everyone. Good, because I have one for each person. Callie, we do have giggles. I will never say no. Thank you. Okay. Okay. Do you have any questions for me about what we're going to be talking about today? We have the presentation right here. Do we have a clicker or? Yep. Yes, we do. Excellent. Can we turn down the lights a little bit so that we see the presentation better? Is that good? Yeah, wonderful. Everyone? Except for me, right? I will be fine. I will do fine. Get this out of the way here. No, it's fine. It's fine. Thank you. Okay. So for those of you that are just meeting me for the first time, let me ask one thing. How many of you would you say know a lot about gentle teaching? Raise your hand, please. Raise your hand, like raise your hand. Okay, thank you. How many of you know a little bit about servant leadership? Raise your hands. Okay, so then I can go. You know both topics we're going to be talking about today. But the good thing is that I usually know that the people I'm going to be talking to are already experts in both topics. So we're not really going to be talking about them, rather we're going to be exploring how we see these two topics and how we experience them. Because I feel that when you're talking about gentle teaching, it's not really about gentle teaching, but how you're living your life. And if you know gentle teaching, you're probably living gentle teaching already, not only at work, but also at home. And if you're not, I encourage you to, because it'll be a lot easier for you. Your wife, your children, your neighbor, everybody. Life will be so much easier when you incorporate the tools and the pillars into your life. Yes. So having said that, I will present now a definition. Please take a moment to read it in your minds, not out loud. Okay, everybody had a chance to read it? So now please close your eyes. And those of you who think it's a definition for gentle teaching, raise your hand. Okay, you can bring it down now. Thank you. A philosophy and a set of practices that enrich the lives of individuals, builds better organization, and ultimately creates a more just and caring world. It sounds like gentle teaching, right? But it's servant leadership definition. That's what I love about it. When they asked me to talk about both topics, I thought this is just perfect because they are so enmeshed together. They go so hand in hand that it's a beautiful thing. So now, how many of you would say that your parents or the people that raised you are nice people? Raise your hand. Your parents or the people that raised you? Okay. Wow. So I think everyone, maybe one or two, were shy about it or weren't as lucky as some of us. And I will ask, how many of you consider yourself a nice person? Raise your hand. I don't know you, but the others around you know you, so be careful when you raise that hand. Okay. You know why? Because I heard the other day this motto from a hotel saying, we don't train people to be nice, we hire people that are nice. And I think in this type of job, you have to be a nice person. You have to be a kind person in order to have a good life at work. if only at work, because we spend most of our time at work sometimes, right? Or with people from work or thoughts about work. So it's good to be a nice person to be doing this type of job. And today we're going to be talking about gentle teaching, servant leadership, and we're gonna see how they both integrate. But you already know, because the definition that we read is servant leadership, and some of us thought it was gentle teaching, right? So we're gonna do a little exercise to begin with, because I got here a little late today, and I think you're a little bit mad at me. So we're gonna start by relaxing those energies, and I want you to find the person that has the same sticker as you do. In silence, if you speak, you have to stay until 3 o'clock here with me. No, I'm just kidding. Find the person in silence. Stand up from your chairs, and find that person, and please sit beside that person. Sit beside them for the whole day, please.
So it's gonna have to come slowly because I'm not leaving this chair.
Oh, we have a very flexible person here in the front. She's not leaving, so.
I can't leave. I'm very close to a door.
Oh, she has, okay. So she's responsible. I think I was wrong.
You just,
Somebody just got the front row for free.
Oh, give them, so you want to move here.
Okay, now everybody stays until 4 with me now.
Hi.
Okay. Now, between the two of you, you're going to decide who will be leader and who will be the other person.
I get it.
Okay, tell me one thing. Did any of you say you be the leader?
Yeah.
But with the finger, you be the leader.
Oh, yeah.
Raise those hands. Many of us, right? Okay, we're going to be talking about that at the end of the talk. A little bit later on. But remember, those of you that did it, remember, so that you can put into practice what we're going to be doing, okay? So now, we're going to make 2 lines in the middle here, and the person who is the leader will be standing in this side of the row, in this row, with your partner, side by side, and then the other person will be standing on this side, okay? From the back, okay, right here. The leaders will be behind her, and the other person on the other side. We're gonna try to leave space here in the middle. Okay. I guess I need to be better with my English, I guess. Okay, so now you're gonna give yourself a number. We're gonna start, you're gonna raise your hand and say a number, and then 2, 3, like that, okay?
Okay.
Go ahead.
2, 3, 5, 6, 7,
8,
9,
Okay, and you're gonna look to your partner and say your number.
1, 2,
8.
Okay, so you all know your numbers?
Yeah.
Okay, you can sit back down. And then, except number 1, please. You're gonna go all the way to the back.
Yeah. Let's see.
And we're gonna try to make some space in the middle here so that it's clear. And the hall is clear. Thank you. And you're going to be walking. So you're gonna be the leader? Okay, and what's your name? Amanda and Joyce. So Amanda is going to bring Joyce all the way from there to the front of the room with her eyes closed. Not the leader.
Okay.
The other one. Okay, are you ready?
I'm just going to take your hand here and then hold your arm. We're going to walk right foot first. So right foot,
Left foot, right foot, left foot. Keep going like that. I'm trusting you. I know you are. You stay close to me, and I'll make sure you make it up here safely. And we're gonna go this way a little bit so we don't trip on this thing. Right foot, left foot, right foot.
Okay, let's give an applause. Okay, and we're going to do that with each one of you. And we don't have much time. So let's get going. Number 2? Group number 2?
That's why you go first to get done. It is.
Please remember to move your chair
Yes, I
a little
will.
so that
Yep.
they have more
Gotcha.
space here. Okay, go ahead. Whichever way is easiest for you to bring them here. You don't have to do it the same way. You can do it your own way.
It's pretty example, right? No.
What did you say? What did you say?
Do it, just bantering.
Bantering?
Oh.
I love it. That was my brain.
Dun, 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 dun.
This feels very romantic. Oh, sweet.
Two, one, two.
He's not following instruction though. Okay, you did great. Okay, go ahead.
Tries to kill her own self in her chair. Love it.
And there is a small hole in the front, but that's okay, you can cover it, right?
Hey, excellent. Next.
Let's go. I'm gonna carry you on my back
Trust down your alone. Okay. Sweet, we're getting married too, so everybody loves. Okay, got it. Left to right.
Left. 1, 2. No, come on, girl.
Okay.
1, 2.
I got Francois here. I don't trust you.
But this is not a marriage. This is like, oh no. Thank you, thank you. Next couple. You can do it your own way. You don't have to do it the same way everybody's doing it.
Sweet Jesus.
Remember, there is not a right or a wrong way to leave, okay? And it's got to come from you. So choose the way that you feel the most comfortable.
Cheesy. That's fine. I got Francois. Regis would have thrown me in the cover. I got Francois.
Just move forward, the way normally you walk, okay? That's fine. Speeding.
Oh!
Careful.
Okay, good job. Next couple.
Is it six?
Yes,
it's six.
Yeah, let's start with our right foot. Okay, ready? Okay, right foot.
They want to make it different.
Right foot, left foot, right foot, left foot, right foot, left foot, right foot, left foot, right foot.
Next group, please.
Start walking up, I'll guide you.
Start with your right foot. Right, left, right, left, right, left.
Alright, comfortable with walking? Let's go. Going, almost there. Good.
Okay, everybody went except you just got here, right? Would you like to be leader or led?
Whatever. It's okay.
I'll let you.
Okay.
Wait.
You want me to, I can be led by you. It's okay.
Okay, so I'll be the leader?
Sure.
Okay.
I'll just close my eyes,
Do
right?
you prefer, yes, one of you is, so in this case you would be closing your eyes and I will be taking you to
Sure.
the other end. Are you comfortable with that?
Sure.
Yeah? Have you done this before?
No.
Do you have some preference on which side I should be?
No, I can be asleep.
You can be? Would you like me to hold your hand or hold you from the elbow or from the shoulder?
Hands.
From the hands?
My hands
Okay.
are cold,
My hands are colder. Is this okay for
so-
you?
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah? Is this proximity close?
Yeah.
Is this okay?
Yeah.
Or should I get close enough? Okay, let's move a little bit to the left because I see something up there. So already putting the hand, because somebody, can you see it for a second?
No.
Somebody has hit right up right there. So she's a team person and she wants to help everybody. So you feel safe with me? Are you okay? Good. I'm glad. Thank you. What's your name again?
Lloyd.
Lloyd. I'm Sylvia.
Thank you, sir.
Nice to meet you. Okay, you ready?
Sure. I'll close my eyes, right?
If you feel like it, yeah, that would be
That's
nice.
okay.
If you trust me.
I trust you.
Wait, this is better for me.
Sure.
Because I get my hands warmer faster. Okay, you ready?
Sure.
Okay, when you're ready, let me know.
I'm good.
Okay, let's go. It's perfect. Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay, so thank you all for participating. And this exercise, I don't know if you've noticed, but it tells you a lot about you and the other person. It's a very simple exercise. This is the second time I do it in a conference setting, and I love it because it tells us so much. Like she's over here putting her hand. Some people went backwards. You know, have you heard the phrase bend backwards for somebody else? Somebody went backwards. Some people hurt themselves, but not the other. Some people were so nervous that the other one got a little bit bumped into something and they didn't notice. So there's so many things going on, and we're nervous about what the other person's doing. Do we have to do it the same way the other people are doing it? Can I do it my own way? You know, I want to be leader because I want to close my eyes. Some people are closing the eyes and they're going like this, checking to see what's in front. And it's safe. It's safe to walk here, right? But we're still afraid sometimes to trust the others. And this is how our people feel. And I'm not talking only about participants. I'm talking about our team. I'm talking about our participants. I'm talking about our children or your children if I don't have children. Your husband, your wife, your parents, your neighbor. So this is a life lesson. I want you to take a moment to talk to the person. I didn't see you walking.
Hello.
Let's do it one more time. Let's see if he learned a little. I'm going to close my eyes. Okay?
You know, I'm very comfortable with you, and
I
very
know.
pleased, and I've worked with blind people, so I'm gonna take you across me.
Aww.
Okay, we're there.
Please join the group when we're doing exercises. Also now because,
Yes, I
what is
do.
your name again?
Lloyd.
Lloyd. I was going to say Dylan. We have a story for you if we have time later. You know Dylan?
Yes.
Yeah, so we have a story for later. A good one. So Lloyd, you're going to be with Michal.
Yeah,
Michal?
you may say Michael.
Michael, can you go
Yes,
there
I'm
with
there.
him? Thank
I'll take
you.
my chair.
So then you can be with somebody throughout the exercise.
Thanks, Michael.
Okay, so now please. So now please talk to your partner about how you felt in this exercise, and if you learned something about yourself, and if you learned something about the other person. That's what
Okay, fair. Yeah.
So it's official.
But I'm always looking for like another trigger. Because like when I watch her do it, I'm like, are you okay to close your eyes? Are you okay to keep on? So like, I learned that. Yeah, no, but I agree. Words on the back. Fair enough. Yeah, no, that's fair. That's fair. And I like to, like, I always like to ask permission, even though I kind of went in for it. I was like, whatever, but I try to ask permission before I touch it. But that's good. That's
Okay, when you're done, please raise your hand, so I know. Yeah, I thought so, because everybody's like, shouting or something else. Okay, I would like to know at least one thing, whatever you want to share, one thing per couple. And instead of the leader talking, the other person is going to talk this time. Okay? Who wants to start? Not all at the same time, okay?
Okay. So,
Please tell me your name.
Joyce, Amanda, yeah, Joyce and Amanda. So I felt, I told her that I meant it when I said I trusted her because I really did, and I knew that we were gonna get there as a team working together. On the other hand, she felt that she could have done better, and she could have kind of like earned my trust before we started. And
I don't know who's taking notes, but these are essentials for everyday living. Safe, love, loving, and engaged. Everything that you're going to be saying here is gentle teaching. Please.
yeah, so she felt she could have earned my trust a little more before we started the task.
Earning the trust before you start the task.
Yeah, so that was the major thing we talked about, trust.
Trust. Thank you very much. Somebody else? If we applause every time, we're gonna be here until 3. But everything deserves an applause because everything that you're saying is important.
We learned that I trusted Gayatri more than she trusted herself in the situation.
The same here, right?
And we also talked about it before, what we were going to do before we even got up.
Okay, so you did get ready, but even though you talked about it, you still felt like you weren't ready. Okay, so this means trusting in yourself.
Yes.
Okay, somebody else? Yes?
So she was the leader and I followed. We both decided that we both felt safe because we know each other really well and we work together every day, and I trusted that she would get me there safely, and she did.
That's why it went so smoothly. They were like, la, 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 la. They could have done a little swing dance and everything there. Huh?
They color coordinated too.
Also color coordinated.
Well, I
And
wore
who
the jacket because they spilled coffee all over me.
and who chose to be the leader, or who chose not to be the leader?
I just, at the beginning, I said what did I say?
I took the
Who's gonna be the leader? I said.
and she just automatically went into the other spot, and then I was the leader.
But at the beginning, I did.
So
say-
she said, who's going to be the leader? You're going to be the leader. But in that sense, she is the leader,
Yes.
right? But also, remind me at the end, remind me to tell you a little bit about who chose to be the leader and who didn't want or chose not to be the leader. Okay, somebody else, please. Yes.
Okay, so for us, we were just meeting for the first time today.
Uh-huh. You're
So-
meeting for the first time?
Yes.
Okay.
Today. So the trust wasn't there that much. So I just told her that in as much as I saw the pathway was clear, if you notice, I was still bringing out my hand.
Yes, as
Yeah,
you were like.
yeah. So I told her that it's not because I don't trust that she will lead me, but because we were just meeting for the first time.
Oh.
And yeah, and she understood that.
But I'm glad she understood it, but I wouldn't have understood that. I'd be like, well, trust me, you have to trust me, I'm here, there's nothing in the way. But yeah. And it's good that we explain ourselves, but it's also good to know that even if we explain ourselves, some people will not understand what we say, right? So that was nice because it's two people that knew each other and then people that just met.
Yeah.
It's really good. Okay, thank you. Who else? Yes?
I met my leader first time and I trust her more because she has more experience in the service in the industry and taking care of people than me.
Oh, okay.
We were vulnerable with each other, we talked beforehand, and after we ended up finding out that both of us come from similar backgrounds where we, basically have been in this sort of field our whole lives, like helping other people, including our own family. Like, I live with my mother and my grandma, he lived with his grandparents, so you had that in
That
common.
bond,
And in terms of being comfortable, I'm confident in what I do and knowing the path is clear, but I observe first everything around me, and that's why I was able to walk with confidence with the person that I was with.
But she told her her resume first.
A little bit.
But that's good.
Yeah.
That's very good.
Common ground.
And that's something that sometimes we don't tell our people. You know, the people we work for or with. But our children, we can't say, hey, you're the first one, good luck. Good luck with that. Usually the first one is the one that suffers the most, right?
Yeah.
I'm glad I'm the second one. Any first children here, or only children? I'm sorry about that. Yeah, so thank you very much. Next. Yes?
I trust Francois till 11, and then he turns into Regis. So I did trust him up to a certain point, and then, you know, it scared me. But I have to learn to let go, and he's the great partner there.
And who chose to be leader?
I told him to be leader.
You told him to be leader.
She threw me in there.
Yeah.
Threw
him to the wall.
Yeah, it's like, who wants to volunteer? You. Okay, somebody else? Yes.
So for me and Dinah, I was not the leader. So
You were what, sorry?
I was not the leader.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so, for us, the biggest thing that we talked about was we both don't trust people when our eyes are closed. We both
Okay.
agreed on that. But she got me there, so that's good.
That's good, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect, thank you. Somebody else?
We just kind of had a conversation, small conversation up there, and I was just kind of like, I trust you, let's run this thing. And then he was like, you really want to run? I was like, we'll take a brisk walk. And then we just kind of discussed afterwards, like I bumped into the table, but it was just my phone, so.
But it was your focus, you wanted to run and she wanted to walk. So she's like, I told you. But it's good that you guys talked before. What are we gonna do, right? That's very important with anybody, with your partner, with your children. Sometimes, I don't have children, but I have seen parents say, okay, come on, let's go, and the child doesn't even know where he or she's going.
Yeah.
They don't know what to expect. So imagine your partner telling you, okay, let's go, and you're like, where are we going? What should I wear? How long are we gonna be there? Should I take water? Should I take a snack? What clothes am I gonna be wearing? Do I have to wear something comfortable or something pretty uncomfortable? Okay, anybody else? I think you're the only ones left?
Yeah, I was fine. I just sorry, I was distracted. I trusted Michael. He got me there. I wasn't really scared of hitting my legs or anything.
Yeah, so you felt safe and you trusted Michael? Very good. Thank you. Now we can have a round of applause for everyone. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, we Cassie probably because I know her too, and maybe because we're doing like she was leading me and I was just at the back there, so I felt safe. I trusted her. I know her. The only thing she said was she felt like maybe she could have told me more like what to do, but I felt like I knew what I was doing and I felt safe.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
Thank you. So usually I feel that, for example, when I was to Lloyd, I'm sorry, I'm not so great with names. When and I'm not saying I want to get better either, right? So, when I went to do the exercise with Lloyd, I thought I can be either, because I know how the exercise goes, right? But he didn't, so I wanted him to choose. And sometimes he even said, "No, I'll let you choose." Sometimes we let others choose. It's not bad, but we have to check ourselves. How often do we let others choose? This was a simple exercise, but in our lives, how often do we let others choose what we eat, what we wear, where we go, what music we listen to, what TV show do we see or not? How much time we spend doing this or that? Okay, so it's also the same with our clients, with our children. Are we on the phone when we're talking to our children? Or when we're walking our pets? Are we on the phone? Are we in the computer when we're talking to our parents on the phone? Right? What are we doing with our lives? And then it's interesting because if I were to do the exercise the first time, I would like to leave, because I don't trust that often. I don't trust people that often. I am very hard to gain, how do you say, you know what I mean, right? It's hard for me to trust people sometimes. So did you choose to be the leader, or did you choose to be led? And then the people that choose to be led are usually in an emotional space that it's tiring, and they just want to be led. You know, just lead me. Just take me wherever, I will go. I don't care, I don't mind. I'm gonna be fine. You know, I just want someone to lead me, to go somewhere, to get there. Ooh, that was close. And I have my eyes closed. Because I'm trying to let other people into my life. I'm learning to trust others. And I believe that the more we do to trust others, the more trusting we will be to others. So if you don't trust, if you're a little bit like myself and you feel like you need to trust others more, go into the internet and find ways to trust others. Do exercises. There are hundreds of thousands of ways to learn how to trust others. And that's a really good way to let others trust you, right? So I hope you have learned something about yourself with this exercise, and there's a lot more that we can take out of this. Like, for example, Amanda. Oh, Amanda saw somebody was coming into the corner and she put her hand. She was not part of the team, but she already saw someone get hurt, and she's like, nobody's getting hurt under my watch. I'm here. And you didn't have to, but sometimes we do things for others before they even ask us. It's fine, but how often do you do it? How often do you do it to your expense? This young, amazing lady here, she wanted her partner to be so safe, she was walking backwards. What if there was something that could have hurt her? I have seen the choo-choo train. I didn't see it here. You know, one person in the front, the other one goes in the back.
That's funny.
Nobody thought about it in this group, yeah. But I prefer the side-by-side, right? I prefer side-by-side because we both know where we're going.
Yeah.
And you can feel how the person feels if it's uncomfortable. Some people feel good with hugs, some people don't. I usually hug everyone when I give a presentation, but since I was a little bit late, I didn't get a chance, so maybe on the way out you trust me already for that. But I feel people, if they want to hug me or not, how do they feel? And do you want to hug others, or do you need the hug from others? Right? I had this participant in Puerto Rico when I worked. I was assistant to Dr. McGee, John McGee, for his last 2 years of life. And I remember this participant that would be on your face and would spit at you. And the first time I saw her, I was like, oh no, what am I doing here? Do I really need to keep this job? And at the end of the 4 years working there, she was my favorite girl of the whole 200 people. And I was just there. Oh my God, okay, it's fine, you can spit me, I don't care. Give me a hug. And she's like, no. I want to hug you. I wanted her to hug me.
Yeah.
It wasn't the other way around. So this exercise is very simple, but it's yet very deep and very good. And you can do it with your team, you can do it even with your participants. And one thing that I saw, I see in many homes or many group daycare centers, is that we as workers or leaders, we will talk to the participants or the people that we serve, but I think it would be better to find a way for them to talk to each other. Not us with them, but them with each other. So I invite you to do that, because when we're not there, they don't know how to talk to each other. They just not know how to talk to us. So find ways to help them trust each other, and this would be, or something similar to this, passing on something with your eyes closed, just with the hand, something to this effect. So yeah, Claire Parker Homes. I had to find a little bit more, because even though I know Caroline for a long time, I wanted to know a little bit about what you guys did, right? And it helps people realize their full potential. For those of you that didn't know, you help people get their dreams, make their dreams come true. You want to listen, to act, to be transparent. How many of us listen or find ways or learn new ways to listen to others? Anybody? Okay, I'm impressed. How many of you have been to a silence retreat? Raise your hand. Aha! Try 2 silent retreats of 10 days. Aha! For free. On a donation basis, of course. So the Buddhists have this 10-day retreat they call Vipassana. Vipassana. You can look it up. They're for free, because they believe everybody should get one of these, and you donate as much as you want. They give you a place to stay and food for the 10 days. And they give you information on meditation. You can do it at home. You don't have to go to a 10-day retreat. You can just be 1 day without the phone, when you're not working, of course. Try it. The silence is very good for the soul, for the mind. And if it doesn't feel good, then something needs to work. Something needs to be heard, or something needs to be worked out, so that you feel better with the silence. Okay? The perspective of Claire Parker Homes to bring comfort, growth, recreational, cultural, and spiritual. But the thing I like the most is the part about the dreams coming true in the community. And I heard something in the Gentle Teaching International Conference these past 3 days, and it was about the wish list or the bucket list. It's the same thing like dreams, right? How many of you have a dream? Just one. Go somewhere, or buy something, or visit someone. Most of you have one. Can you raise your hand? I encourage you, if you don't have a dream that can be as little as going to see this movie next weekend, or as big as traveling to the other side of the world, find one. Find a dream. Find something to help you stay focused upon. And you can say, I want to do this by the time I'm 80. But in there, you're already putting in 80 years, right? So having a dream is very important to help you, to help others also, to stay motivated. So Dr. John McGee, I had the privilege of being his assistant in Puerto Rico for his last 2 years. And I gave some of you, the first 9, something like a square. Okay, could you please stand up and read it, please?
Okay. The things you do for yourself will go away when you leave, but the things you do for others will remain your legacy.
Did you hear that in the back?
Yes.
No. Yeah, that's the thing. You have to read it a little bit louder.
The things you do for yourself will go away when you leave, but the things you do for others will remain your legacy. Did you hear that now?
But in order to do for others, you have to do for yourself first, right? I love gentle teaching, but I love also reminding people that you have to come first. Not your people. Because if you feed them and you haven't eaten, you're gonna get sick at some point and then you won't be able to feed them again. Thank you. Please read the second one.
Being in the moment, the
One
now.
second. I think let's put the volume up a little bit.
Being in the moment, the now instead of a year from now, not a moment before and not a moment after right now.
Being in the moment. That takes patience, that takes letting the anxiety go, that takes letting go of the past, letting go of what could happen. And I tell people, if you're gonna put yourself in a what if situation, but what if? Like I remember this friend once told me, Sylvia, what if you lost all your friends? And I was like, what if you start making what ifs that are positive? Have you heard of what if that is positive in your life? No. Why do people always put themselves in terrible situations? Sylvia, what if this hurricane hits Puerto Rico and we're all back without electricity for 2 more years? I say, what if the hurricane goes all the way to the side and goes around the island and just kisses the little corner on the east? What if? Make it an effort to all your what ifs. Tell your children, tell your partners, tell your parents. From now on, I only want to hear positive what ifs. Okay, next one, please. Thank you.
Kindness can seem like a loser when faced with violence. This is the great paradox of good teaching and parenting. Unconditional love is the foundation.
Unconditional love. That's tough, right? That's very tough. But if you have a family member or if you have somebody very close that has gone through a situation that needs your support, you either have it or you suffer. You suffer. And unconditional love doesn't mean let them hit you, doesn't mean let them criticize you, doesn't mean let them ruin your life. It means love them for who they are, but also protect yourself. Take care of yourself first again. Thank you. Yes, please?
Caregivers make the huge mistake of looking at what people should know, of what people know or should know, instead of looking at what people feel.
What we feel. How many of us know how we feel right now? Raise your hand. Okay, shout out one word of how you feel. Close your eyes, close your eyes, close your eyes.
Exciting.
Content. Oh, the energies are kind of low here. I'm frustrated. Okay, it's okay, you're shy, you don't want to yell, it's an office, it's fine. But knowing how you feel is very important, especially when you go into your home, when you go into your workplace. How do you feel at that moment? It's very important because that will tell you how others will react to you. Remember, it's a react. So there is an action from you and the other person will receive, you will receive what? A reaction. So if you know how you're feeling and if you try to make yourself feel better in some way, you're probably gonna get better reactions. I remember this friend of mine, we would meet for dinner at his house or my house once a month. And we were always on time. He was on time, I am on time. And one time he, 5 minutes late, 10 minutes late, 15 minutes late, and I'm like, what's going on here? 15 minutes, he rings the bell, and he comes up, and he's like, Sylvia, I want to apologize for being late, but I have a good reason. And I was thinking, better. And he says, I wasn't feeling great. On the way here, I got some bad news, and I didn't want to come into your house feeling like that, because I respect your space, and I know how you're dealing with your meditations, and you want to stay on a positive side. I remembered that, and that's why I was late. And I was like, I welcome your lateness. Come right in. We'll use the microwave and heat up the food. How? I don't even do that. I was so amazed that he did it. And I think of myself like, woo, I'm the best. So you can try to do that. Once I heard, whenever you go through a door, think of a word of how you want to feel when you go in that room. I try to do it, and maybe I do it once a month when I remember. But I invite you to do it. Think of a word of how you want to feel when you go through a door. Like when you came through this meeting, you probably go, oh, another training, this lady, what was she gonna tell me? Have you learned something so far?
Yeah.
Okay, good. You hear that?
I did.
Okay, good. Some more people have gentle teaching. Yes, please. Volume, remember?
Okay. Our interactions are always a sign of warmth, serenity, and tolerance.
How many of us? Can you read again, please? Okay.
Our interactions are always a sign of warmth, serenity, and tolerance.
Thank you. This is, of course, in gentle teaching, right? Our interactions. How are our interactions with other people? Do we go on a defense? Are we on a defensive mode? Do we think, oh, this person, I know what she's going to say. I know what she's going to say. I just know it because I know. Or do we say, what if today this person had a great breakfast and came singing a song in the car? And this day, today, she's going to be in the best mood ever and she's going to treat me like I'm a queen. What if? Because if you think how someone's going to react, you're going to want that. And even though you don't know it, you're going to act so that this person reacts. So you say, I was right. I knew it. So if you knew it, then do something different. Don't do everything that you do the same way. Find a way to change that so that you get a different interaction. Because it's not going to be a reaction, it's going to be an interaction. You're changing and the other one's changing, and then it's a different interaction. Can you come here for a second?
Me?
Yes. Do you know how to dance?
No.
Oh, perfect. Okay, so we're going to the right, and we're going to the left, and we're going to the right, and we're going to the left, and we're going to... Exactly. Thank you. That's what I wanted to show. If you change the rhythm of an interaction, the other person is going to be like, what? What's happening? What happened here? And he or she is either going to have to change with you. I didn't give you a chance to change with me. The other person is going to either change with you or say, this is not working for me. And this can be in relationships, at work, with people, sometimes with our bosses, or with the clients we serve. We are the ones that have to change or leave. But sometimes we get a chance to help the other one change with us. But we have to make an effort. And that's something that I learned from Dr. McGee. And I try to emphasize, it's not about changing the other. It's about how we can change so that the other feels safe, loved, loving, and engaged, and then they can interact better with us. Rosa, can I ask you for some water?
Absolutely, I'll grab you some.
Thank you. Okay, well, I think we have one more from Gentle Teaching. Oh, a couple more. Okay, go ahead, please.
Okay. We must seek joy in the midst of sadness, but in the most difficult moments, it can only be found in our hope.
In our hope. So we must find joy whenever and wherever, correct? And in the worst of times, find it in hope. And make those what ifs. And instead of making like a miraculous what if I'm a millionaire? What if I find a way to use money better? Right? What if I think that money is my friend? What if I think that rich people are good? Because you know what? If you think, thank you, Rosa. If you think rich people are bad, you're never gonna be rich because you're a good person. Remember, we established that in the beginning? So we have to think good thoughts. We have to find joy in hope, if that's the only thing we have. Okay? We have one more?
Yeah. Says everyone deserves the help they need.
Everyone deserves to be helped.
Everyone deserves the help they need.
Everyone deserves the help they need. Yes, thank you. Everyone deserves the help they need. But who's first? You or me?
Yourself.
Aha, don't say you, say me. I mean, I want to be first, of course, but say you. Don't say you, say me. Okay. One day I said that usually when I remember in the mornings, I look myself in the mirror and I say, you are beautiful, you are healthy, you are happy, you are just a bubble of love. And then I say my name. I say, you Sylvia R, you Sylvia R, you Sylvia R. I'm not going to continue because then you're going to think I'm full of myself. But, and then I ask people, repeat after me. I, Sylvia, am, and they're like, I'm Sylvia, am. No, say your name, don't say Sylvia. So in the morning, remember to look at yourself in the mirror and say your name. And even if you, for example, some people are like, but I'm feeling down. I can't look in the mirror and say, I am happy. I'm not asking you to go from 0 to 100. Just say something like, I, Sylvia, would love to feel better today. I, Sylvia, would love, what if Sylvia feels better today? What if Sylvia gets better interactions? What if Sylvia gets more green lights? What if Sylvia can choose better, healthier food so she can sleep better? What if Sylvia drinks less coffee? What if Sylvia takes a walk? What if Sylvia does? So these days I have been mostly in hotels, which I love, by the way. And I haven't been able to walk because it's too cold for me here. So I do like a 5-minute walk in the morning, whatever. But you see how cold my hands are. Well, at least, don't tell me.
Lloyd.
Travis?
Lloyd.
What's the name again?
Lloyd.
Lloyd. Lloyd?
Yeah. We're making it.
Troy. Troy?
Lloyd.
Double L.
Double L.
Lloyd.
Yes.
No, I don't know how I'm going to remember Lloyd. I'm sorry.
Double L.
So when I point to you like this, you just say your name, please. If not, I'm gonna get half of the presentation. Sure. Okay, so what I'm doing is very easy. 1, 2, 3, 100 of those. And then if you feel like it, you can add your hands. If you look at me like, that's crazy. I'm not doing that. But it's something easy that you can do. If it's cold, whatever, you don't want to go out, you want to put your gym clothes, just 100 of those in the morning and 100 at night. It's easy. We have one more, I think, or two more? Two more, yes.
Interdependence is the commitment to fight for a culture of life and of social justice.
Interdependence. I used to think independence was the best. Independence for everyone. And then I thought, no, that's kind of lonely. I don't like it. And when I learned about interdependence, I was like, this is beautiful. Because we help each other. We ask for help from each other. How many of you have a co-worker to help you? Excellent. If you haven't been able to do it, start now. I remember my mother told us, my father passed away when I was 11, so she was always like, you have to do it on your own, you have to be able to do it, because she didn't want us to suffer what she had gone through, right? Mm-hmm. And most of our parents, in a way or another, they have helped us so that we don't go what they went through. Mm-hmm. But by doing that, they inhibited us from learning some coping skills or having the best what-ifs. It's not their fault. They did the best they could, and they're still doing the best they can. So we have to say, thank you, Mom, thank you, Dad, for whatever it is that you did, but you know what's the best thing they did? Who can tell me?
Giving birth to us.
Huh?
Giving birth to us.
Yes, giving birth to us. Exactly. Because otherwise you wouldn't be here with me. That's the best thing you got. They gave birth to you. And if you think you deserve a sticker, take one, because I have forgotten to give them out. So if you deserve one, take it. But I love giving them out, but it takes too long also. So we have one more, correct?
transfer to the same extent on what we help others, John McGee.
Helping others. He was always helping others. Thank you. He was always helping others, making others feel comfortable. I remember one time we were talking to a lawyer in Puerto Rico that we were not in agreement with at all. I mean, I hated the guts of the guy and I didn't even know him, just because what he represented. And even then, this guy came up to us to say hello, and Dr. McGee found a way to engage with this guy, become friends with this guy, laugh with this guy, and the other lawyer and me were like, what? He's the enemy. You're not supposed to be making friends with him. But he was like that. He would just make friends everywhere he went. Even if he didn't agree with the person, even if he thought the person was not doing the best job, even if, and I was like, I have so much to learn still. It's been 10 years since he passed and I still haven't learned many of the things that I should have learned when he was here. So I invite you to find ways to get along with others. Okay? Any more? Gentleness? Okay, no? Okay, so this, the little quotes that were read from Dr. McGee are from a book, no, these. They are from a book that was written by Ana Saraiva from Portugal, from an organization in Portugal. She took the best that she wanted and she liked and she put them up in a little pocket book. And Caroline has she has been so kind to give it to you for free on the internet. So Caroline has the link where you can get the whole book with all the quotes. And you can read these quotes to your people, to your teams, to your family members, and inspire them to, hey, let's see how we can integrate this into our lives. Or you can just read them to yourself and to your dog or your fish and see how you can integrate it with them, okay? Thank you very much. Okay, who can tell me what happened in this picture? Can you see the picture? Let me turn up this way. Who can tell me what happened in this picture? Do you see the picture? Not so well? You can shut that one off. Shut the door?
A little sliver this one.
Oh.
There we go.
Do you see the picture? Yes. We must first experience these feelings to be able to share them with others. Do you see what's happening there? So I was in Cambodia. This is a funny story. I was in Cambodia. That's me. This is me. With the blue. Yeah. And this is a funny story. So I meet this guy from Spain. And he's a photographer. And he's like, would you go with me to the temples and wear something colorful for pictures? I was like, of course. Who doesn't want to be a model? Raise your hand. And so for the day, we would go temple to temple, and he was taking the most amazing pictures. And so he took a picture of me there, and then this lady, who doesn't even speak English or Spanish, which is what we both spoke, she's like, and we're like, yeah, sure. So I'm standing beside the Spanish guy, and he's going to take a picture, and she's like, she asked me to go in the picture with her. So I sit there, and then she's like, what? I was like, what the heck's going on here?
That's awesome.
She just wanted to lean on me in the picture. I felt it was so funny, but yet so endearing. Yes. We didn't share a word because he didn't speak any language. But it was so endearing to have someone feel so comfortable with you, not only to ask you for a picture, but almost pull themselves back. And then I thought, oh my God, this is gentle teaching. You know, this is gentle teaching. So it was beautiful for me. It was a beautiful moment, and I want to share it with you. So the pillars of gentle teaching. Close your eyes. Can anybody stand up and say the 4 pillars? They're there, so that's not there. Okay. Safe, love, loving, and engaged. Yeah, they're there. It's my bad. But I think most of you know it, right? So what makes you feel safe? What makes you feel safe? Talk to your partner for a little bit about what makes you feel safe with others.
I think, a big one for me is being heard. So like acknowledge that having done me I just keep thinking of like my partner and I, like when I expressed to you that it didn't make me feel good or I didn't like our interaction.
Are we done?
Whatever, and then he
Okay.
changes his action the next time.
I love it. I love it that you're engaging so good, but we gotta keep the time.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I really hate it when people say, yeah, talk to your partner about this, and they're like, okay, time's up. But at least you work together, and you can come back to the conversations, write down the question, and come back any moment. Because these questions are really good. I just don't have enough time to express yourselves as you wish sometimes. Could 2 or 3 of you share what you talked about, please? Yes.
Trust with the person and good communication and making sure that, or knowing that they're gonna let you know what's going on.
Communication, letting them know what's going on. Yes. Lloyd.
Travis. My name is Travis.
No! You're kidding me.
No, Troy.
And I said Lloyd. But somebody said double arrow.
It is
You got it. That's so funny. Then I'm gonna get it wrong and it's gonna be your fault. So Lloyd, did you see how you just got in and you're like, what's going on? And I'm like, okay, let's do this. And I thought, wait, this poor guy doesn't know what's gonna happen now. He just knows he has to close his eyes. He's so compliant. Okay, I need to close my eyes. And sometimes we're way too compliant. You know, we go to a training and they say, close your eyes and hit your head, and you're like, what, how many times? Sometimes your supervisor tells you something and you're like, what? Are you crazy? But instead of saying that, you said, hey, you can say something like, hey, what if? Or you can say something like, can you please explain me more? Or is there somewhere where I can learn more about the purpose of this activity? Hitting my head 3 times on things. Right? Or, oh, this is new for me. Has somebody else from the team done it before? You know? Because sometimes your supervisor doesn't even know why this is there, but they have to do it. And they can just say, I don't know why. It's just written there, we have to do it. And sometimes you have to just do what you're told. Or change jobs. Change partner. No, you can't change your child. You can't do it. But you can still change your pet.
Yeah.
It sounds terrible, but you can. You can, right?
No one does that.
Ah, she's taking the finger out. Watch it. Okay, so feeling safe, it's something that you can talk about, but you can't really talk about it, right? Yeah. It's in the air. It's like love. It's in the air, but you can't really explain how to do it. But you do know how you feel safe when someone tells you what's going to happen. Or what you think is going to happen, because you don't know really what's going to happen, right? You tell your child, we're going to go to the supermarket and we're going to get bread. And then you get milk. Mom, but you said it was only bread. Right? There in the internet, I've seen this little commercial of a mom with a daughter. I don't know if you've seen it. And the mom's like, I would like a latte with blah, 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 blah. And do you want something? She tells the girl. And the girl's like, yes, I would like a cookie. And the mom's like, we have cookies at the house. And the girl's like, we have coffee at the house. Yeah, I've seen it. I've watched it. Yeah. You know, sometimes we do things and we tell our children not to do it. Sometimes we tell clients not to do it, but we do it. One time I was driving this child, a friend of a couple of friends of mine, and he was sitting in the back, all strapped up, blah, 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 and I go through a yellow light. And I'm like, don't go through yellow lights. And I just did it, right? And he says, don't worry, I don't drive. The best thing is he doesn't remember. And now he's like 25 or something. Oh my God. That was 25 years ago. So it's important that you take the time to write down, when you go home, write down, why do I feel safe with this person? Your partner, your parents, your neighbor, your priest, your therapist, whoever. Why do I feel safe with them? And you want to copy those conducts, those behaviors, those actions, those words. Think about which words does these people use? Because it's very important when we want to feel close with someone, they don't tell you have to do this. I don't like it when people tell me what I have to do. This is me. I don't like it. But if they tell me, Sylvia, would you be willing to climb 3 mountains and jump off a parachute? Let's think. Yeah, sounds good. But if they tell me you have to do it, I'm not going. So the words are very important, and you're going to see, well, you know this already, but it's good to be reminded once in a while how it works. So feeling safe. And then the other one is feeling loved and loving. What makes you feel loved and loving? And now, so some of you, how many of you have just met the person today, the other person? Okay, so only three groups. So the rest of you know each other a little bit, right? So I would like for you to find something that you have seen the other person with the loving and loved. Oh, I have seen that you do this, and the person feels loved or loving when you do this. Or I feel like you're loving or loved when you do this. Okay? Or maybe they've told you something about their child or their partner, or you see them help another coworker. Tell them something about them. Not about you, but about them. And those of you that just met each other, tell the other person something that you do to help others feel loved or loving. Okay? I'll give you a couple of minutes.
Right? Like I don't say because I love them, because I know you know, by them, right? But you know, sometimes I know you love like, what is this? Right? So that's all I'm saying. I always have to like clear the front door. I like to come into
every time.
I think we need to take care of our biology issues like water, bathroom break. So I'll give you a short break and you can continue talking and then we'll meet up in 10 minute break.